Hello, welcome to another episode of Adventure with Barry the Bunny. Today we're going to talk a little bit about rabbit proofing your house and things you can do to reduce any sort of damage a rabbit might do. Now, I would think of a rabbit sort of like a dog with young. When they go through teething, they're probably more apt to chew on things, get involved as they're getting all their teeth. Adults have 32 teeth, including their wisdom teeth. And believe it or not, rabbits have 28 teeth. So if you have your 4 wisdom teeth taken out, like I did, I have 28 teeth, and little Barry has 28 teeth. And obviously, most of their chewing is with the front teeth. But anyway, I gave him some bok choy leaves to keep him busy, so he doesn't chew on my cables. So talk a little bit about the cable covers. So this is a charging cable. The big one here is for like a computer. You can see what the original looks like, and then you put the sleeve on it. It's a cord protector. You can buy these on Amazon. There's a bunch of different brand names. They're not an official sponsor, so I don't even know what this brand is. But they're inexpensive, way cheaper than how much cords cost. So you buy it, and it comes in a very long section, and then you cut it to length to match each cord that you're trying to cover. And this is like one for like obviously like a phone charger, and that one was put on there to cover that one. So anywhere that they would have access to where their teeth could be and they could do damage, you want to be sure to do this. I didn't know this in the beginning, and I lost a bunch of cords, and they can get expensive, and they can chew through these things in seconds. You'll be sitting there typing away on your laptop computer, and the next thing you know, the charger goes off, and you're like, what just happened? And you see your rabbit hopping away. Surprisingly, he never got electrocuted, but they'll cut it in half in a second. So definitely an investment you got to make. And then walk around the house and think about anywhere he could reach and cover that cable up. I'll show you a few examples. So here is the Alexa, and if you look down here, it's plugged into the side of the island. And I covered the cable as much as it needs to be where it's in reach of him. But once it gets high enough, you don't have to cover the whole thing. He can't reach up here, clearly. So it's just wherever they have access to. This is where the plug-in goes for the internet connection. And that one does go all the way to the ground at the very beginning. So you want to make sure there's no place on there they can put their teeth. So it's covered from the very, very beginning where it's in the wall. And once it gets up high enough out of their reach, then obviously you don't need to put a cover on it. This is a big mistake that's easy to do. You come into the dining room and you plug in your laptop computer with a cable that doesn't have a cover on it. And you think, I'm just gonna come in here and work for a few minutes. And when I'm done, I'll unplug it and get out of here. And you get distracted, something comes up, you walk out the room and you have this cable that's dangling along the ground like this, up to the computer. If your rabbit sees this, there's a really good chance it's gonna be bitten in half. And again, if you pay full price for these types of cables, I've paid $50 in the past. Now online you can get off brands for, a third that price, but these are common mistakes. So, obviously whenever you finish working on your laptop computer, and if you don't have a cover on it, just be sure to unplug it and take it out of access. Another example might be a lamp in the corner of the room you don't really think about anymore. So you want to put you're going to have obviously the cord from the lamp plugged in the wall. So that's just going to be cover on that. It's just going to stay there permanently, and you don't really have to think about it anymore. Even these thick cables like this, they can definitely chew through those. And Barry wants to come over and see what I'm looking at, see if there's anything he can try to chew on. And look at him. He can't do anything. I talked about having boxes in the house on the last video. That they chew through cardboard, they can digest it, and you can check with your veterinarian, but it doesn't hurt them. Better to get boxes that don't have a bunch of print and color and ink on it. It's more to have more cardboard, but obviously you don't want deep, thick ink on it because that could be a hazard. It's sometimes hard to find it without any of it on there, but a lot of times it just depends on the box, and just take a look at it. But putting that out there is important because if you don't, and this has not happened at this house, but they will chew through, they can start chewing on baseboards like this. Where he was born 6 years ago, he did do some baseboard chewing before I figured out the whole trick with the box. And I've just got a few boxes positioned in the house. This is like a little hallway here. But if you look over here, this was a box. At one point was a complete box that had a telescope in it. He kind of uses it as a fort. He's chewed up most of it. He'll crawl in here and hide and stuff like that. You can kind of see what happens, and it's a couple more boxes, more types of boxes I'm talking about that don't have any ink on it. Next, I'm going to show you the bottom of a door. Barry can open and shut doors as long as they're not click shut. Sometimes what he'll do is, if his door is kind of closed but not click shut, he'll put his teeth down here at the bottom and he'll push it open, and he'll actually close the door the same way. He'll grip the corner of this with his teeth and pull the door shut. And basically it takes off the paint more than anything. If you were actually to look at this, it could be repainted and not even see it, but I'm not really worried about it. It's just the bottom of a door. But that's something else you kind of got to keep an eye on. Now, while I have said that Barry has access to the house, he's a free roaming rabbit, he does have access. I keep all the bedroom doors closed upstairs, so he doesn't actually go into bedrooms. But if he was to go up these stairs here, he would just lead to like a loft area and another hallway that it's nothing interesting upstairs, so he comes back down here. But you do see people that sometimes put up like little barriers where they can't go upstairs or stairs. Kind of like for children, just so they don't, fall downstairs. I've never done that before because there's nothing up there that's interesting to him, so he doesn't tend to even want to go up there. So that's pretty much it with the bunny rabbit. He doesn't, again, as they get older and they get more tame and they get more used to, their surroundings, they kind of figure out what they can do and what they can't do. But the biggest thing is, if you do say no to them, they learn what the word no means. But it's just always really good to say their name, like Barry No, and they start to associate that that's meant for them. So that is really about it. That's the only proofing I do of my house, and I can leave him here by himself, no issues at all at night, during the day, and have no issues as far as him tearing things up. But again, it's trial and error. You're gonna have to kind of learn the behavior of your bunny, but just be sure to go out there and get those cable covers and kind of go through your house and say, what can he do in this room that might tear something up? Again, thank you for hanging out with us today, and look forward to seeing you on the next episode of The Adventures of Barry the Bunny.